Hi, Susan here. We're at the Flying Field in Kingsland, and today's Jeepa Mike's birthday. And when I asked him what he wanted to do for his birthday, he said he wanted to fly. So today we're going to be telling a little demonstration of how to take off. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you.
Bugs, a lot of bugs around here, right? These little love bugs. But today we're going to talk about taking off. And there are a lot of different parts of this thing of taking off to make sure that you're safe and that your plane doesn't get wrecked, this, that, and the other. Today the wind is minimal, which is good. But as a general rule, if there is wind, you want to always take off into the wind if you can. And of course, the wind changes direction, and sometimes you have to just cut right across the runway into the wind and lift off that way. And with RC planes, that's not bad, but with a real plane, that becomes difficult when you start talking about real planes. But basically, what you're looking at here is the MAL M7, which is the Maya plane. And if you look right here, I mean, here are the flaps. And you want to understand that we've used a little bit of discussion with flaps before. But basically, a lot of people use flaps, particularly on larger planes, that help the plane to lift off. So when I move this right here, right now, as you've seen if you watch what I did, okay, see, this is when the flaps are in the neutral position. All right, so on takeoff, you want to be in this position right here. Make sure you get the flap right there. See, I dropped that down. Now, what this is going to do, which is really fun, is that this is going to, it's got two purposes for flaps. One is going to raise the nose. Okay, on my transmitter right here, this area right here is for the flaps. And if you'll look, watch me hit this one and watch what happens to the flaps. All right, that's the first setting. That's the minimal setting. Okay, and again, it's going to raise the nose up.
So is that how you have it when you take off? You actually have it set like that?
Generally speaking. Yeah.
Wait. Time out here. I was standing in a bed of ants while I was trying to film this. So there's the ant bed I was standing in.
Yeah, there's your footprint.
There's my shoes off. There's my shoes. They're covered in ants. Now the ants are they're everywhere. All right, we moved, got away from the ants. So back to the transmitter demonstration. Go ahead.
Okay, so that you can see this maybe a little bit better with the flaps. And if you point to the controller right here.
Okay. Got it.
All right. Now what's going to happen is, if you go to the flaps now, all right, I'm gonna move it up one, and it's going to cause the flaps to go to halfway. So here we go. All right, watch the flaps. All right, you see that right there? Those are the flaps, and then the ones on the outside are the ailerons. The ailerons are for turning. The flaps are for raising the nose and slowing the plane down. All right, basically. All right, so that's this control right here. All right, now if I really want to get you know, and want more rise and to slow it down even further, then we're going to go to the full position. Okay, now you need to get the plane right there. Okay, all right, now watch what happens to the plane when I go to the full position. See, it's in half position now. All right, see that right there? Now that's some heavy lift on the nose.
And, so like if there was a lot of wind, you would want to do that?
Yeah, you could. Yeah, particularly, yeah, you know, the wind is really a key to most all things. So, but that's right there is a real fun thing.
So once you have the plane up in the air, how do you have your settings?
Okay.
Once you have it up in the air and you're just flying, cruising around.
If it's that, it depends upon the wind again. But let's say there's no wind, I'm going to go back to neutral.
Okay.
All right, did you get that?
And then what about these right here? What are you doing with those?
Okay. Well, this here is the speed. Okay. All right. and this here is the ailerons. Okay, the only thing that deals with the flaps is this switch right here. See, that's
Yeah.
halfway down, full way down. That's this
So
little
when
switch
you're
here.
flying it, how do you determine your speed that you're doing with that one? And
Okay, the further I move the stick up, the faster the plane goes. Okay, so if I don't want to go anywhere, I pull this stick down. This is the speed stick. Now the other part of this is the rudder. If you watch the back of the plane right here, it's the same stick, but I'm going to go a different way. See the rudder go to the right?
yeah.
Now you can turn the plane, and it'll be a flat turn, but you can turn the plane with the rudder. I prefer to use the ailerons, which are on the outside of the wings. Watch the wings. Okay. Now I did this stick over here. This is the other stick. Okay. This stick is for taking off. Look at the elevator on the back of the plane. Very black. See it going up?
Yeah.
All right. That's to take off. When you pull that up, it's going to raise the nose. Okay. Here we go.
Okay, he's putting his transmitter there on halfway, getting ready to take off. So we're going to watch him do a takeoff.
I don't normally do this. I usually just don't use them to take off or whatever. The nose may go up pretty drastic, and I'll have to adjust for it. You ready?
Ready. Go.
Okay.
There she goes.
Okay, now I'm going to load. See what's the nose? See the nose wants to go up? That's what this thing's doing. Now I straighten it back out. So now it's normal. It's flat.
So he's working his controller right there. There comes the plane. Great flight. There's how his controller's
So
looking.
it's pretty level.
He's working that right hand controller.
That's the ailerons.
The aileron for turning.
They're on the outside of